Hi, everyone. It's Allie. It's been months. Oh my gosh. Hi, how are you? I am back. Question mark? I think. Yeah, I think I'll make maybe a video about where I've been, and I haven't gone anywhere really, but I just have sort of been in a hermit mode the last few months for a couple of reasons. But for a number of reasons, I wanted to come on and make a quick video tonight. It's the solstice. I don't have much time. I just jumped on here looking like garbage and garbage lighting and whatever. But I'm happy to be here. So what really prompted me to come back to this? I've been sort of quietly just doing my own thing, working away at my practice. But I got a sign that said to me, like, it's time to stop hermiting and come out. And it has to do with my beloved first tarot deck. So if you've been on this channel for a while, you know that this tarot deck actually means a lot to me. It's just a bog standard 1990s. Oh gosh, here come all of the pets. Rider-Waite Smith. Not special, like just, but old and worn, and sort of helped me through a difficult time in my life. But I was doing a big inventory. I sold a bunch of decks this year that I just wasn't using and felt really good. But I was like, oh, I just need to put this away somewhere, put it in a bag. I've got a bag for it, and I'm just going to count it up just to make sure I've got all the cards. And I don't know why I decided to do that, but I didn't. I didn't have all the cards. I was missing 2 cards, and I tore my house apart looking for these cards. And I was like trying to figure out, had I done a reading where I'd ever pulled up these cards? When's the last time I saw them? I was really freaking out about it because I didn't know. I was like, well, I'm going to keep it no matter what. But if it's an incomplete deck, I don't want to keep reading with it. And to be fair, I don't actually read with this deck a ton. Like, I've got so many decks, I reach for lots of other ones. But this one's the one, if my house were burning down, like, this is the one I would grab and take with me. And then everything else I would replace or rethink or whatever. Anyway, so I have no idea when I last had a complete deck like this. And I was really bummed out about it. And then, so it's December, it's nearly Christmas, and I'm a Christmas fanatic. I'm in the one room that isn't all Christmased out, just because we've been using it for a bunch of different things. I'm going to Christmas it up tomorrow, probably. But we get a real tree that's our main tree in the living room. But then I have an artificial tree that my mom's was my mom's before she passed away. And so I keep that. My husband is like anti-artificial trees, but I'm like, okay, this one can go in our bedroom. So we've got a tree in the living room, a tree in the bedroom, a little tree in my kids' room, like ceramic trees everywhere. I'm a nut job. So anyway, last weekend, like just a couple days ago, I went and there's a tree bag with the artificial tree in, and it's so old and falling apart, but it's got the sentimental value. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to waste it. It still works perfectly fine. So I'm pulling it out and I'm fluffing out the branches, and there, in the branches of my artificial Christmas tree, there's my 2 cards. So I think they've been there since last Christmas, last January, whenever I put the tree away, which is probably later than I should have. And I was like, how is this possible? And they were just like resting on the branches like little ornaments, even after they've been shoved in a bag all year. They're not bent. They can just go back in the deck perfectly. How? So here's all I can think. Again, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I have too many pets. 2 dogs, 3 cats. Not everything about my life is nonsense. And I think what must have happened is that my deck was sitting on the bedside table, and one of my ding dong cats, one of them sitting right here, which is why I'm pointing, we'll see if he invades the video, was like, cats just like bat things off. And he just came and like swiped the 2 cards up, and they like flew into the tree branches. And then when I'm taking down Christmas ornaments, like I'm usually kind of glum and everything feels dark and a bummer. And So I probably was just like packing up the tree, because all I put on, the other thing I should say too is all I put on the bedroom one is lights, because all of our ornaments go down to our main tree. So it's a pretty quick thing to just unravel the lights and whoop it in the bag, and then down to the basement it goes for a year. And what I find funny too is that the two cards, it's like the Lovers and the Chariot. Oh my God, a little piece of like fake Christmas tree just came off the Chariot. It's so funny. So it was like, I mean, it's basic sense. It's like, you love this, get moving, right? Like, you've had your time. You're the Christmas tree. You've had your time in your bag. Get back to it. So, not that I wasn't using tarot by myself, but I don't know. There was a bunch of things that happened, like, that were hard to deal with in my life. I'm fine, but like extended people around me and family and just situations were really hard. And I just became the hermit for a while. But we're gonna try coming back and see how it is. I'm sorry. I feel like I look disgusting in this light. Ugh. Maybe I just got old. In the time I wasn't here, I don't even have a proper ring light because my ring light broke. So it's just like a lamp. Anyway, so I really wanted to come on tonight, but I was like, what am I going to talk about? Because it's been so long. And is anybody still like even watching this channel? Although I got a nice message from someone today. I'm sorry, I just can't remember now your username, or I'd call you out. But someone was like, hey, I don't know where you've been, but I hope things are good. And it was so sweet because I was coming on today anyway. So thank you. I see you. But what I thought I would talk about is I've been sort of casting around. I'm going to do like a year ahead spread and really look at my year. I've got a new special tarot journal, which I'll make a different video about as I start using it. I'm hoping that will bring more consistency to my practice, but also just like more of a record of it. I'm not very good at keeping records of what I've done, and I'd like to track my progress and thoughts and blah, blah, blah. But I have to decide what deck I'm going to use for my year ahead spread. And so I've done some whittling, and I think I've narrowed it down. This list may change, and I'll update you on what I decided on. But as for right now, I've just sort of been putting decks that I'm considering. And of course, the cat is sitting in the middle of all of them. Decks I'm considering for different reasons for my year ahead spread. Because I like to give it some thought and, sort of come back to it. So the first, of course, is my nearly complete Rider-Waite Smith. And I'm just so happy to have it all intact again that maybe I'll use that one. It's the sort of gross, ugly. Oh, now that I've screwed with my light, now the cards aren't going to work. 1 second. Not good at this. There, that's better. So like the super yellow one, actually that light's way better. Should have started with that. Oh, well. Who am I trying to fool on this channel? Anyway, I'm not showy, and anyway. Oh, look at like the Page of Swords. It looks like he's been in a tanning bed for 5 years. But I love it, and it's back together, so maybe I'll use that one. In the Waite Smith family, I'm still pondering a couple of others, but the first one that jumped out at me that I thought I might use for my year ahead spread, so also Rider-Waite Smith, but it's the Albano-Waite, because I have this lovely German edition, and I do love the Albano-Waite. I've talked a lot about how when I was first starting out tarot, I got the sense that people thought this was a really tacky deck and that I shouldn't like it. But I do really like it. And I think, as we welcome the sun back, as the days start to get longer, I think it's like a really good, vibrant deck to do a year ahead reading with. So this one is a contender as well. I mean, all of my Rider-Waite Smiths are a contender, but those are my top two, I think, for the year ahead spread. My others, another one I'm considering is my Anna K Tarot. I did a whole video. I think this was actually the first in my What I've Learned From series, because this deck just was such a surprise to me, because I didn't, and in some ways still, the art style is not my first choice, but it's so great. And in my time where I haven't been on YouTube, I didn't pull it out once. And I'm wondering if what might help bring me back to this in a comfortable and happy way. Oh, that Empress card. I love it. Is something really like grounding and familiar. I do love this deck a lot. Sorry, I think I was saying this is the indie version. There is also a mass market version that you might be more familiar with. It's the same images. Cards are a little bit bigger. I just got this one and I like this one. So Anna Kay is certainly a contender for me. And I haven't thought about this deck in a while, but it's really good. And I'll say it every time I talk about this deck in the video. If you think, I don't like the art style, that's very cartoony and the depictions of the people, and often like, you know, well, there's like a lot of body beautiful tarot and attractiveness is like a super part. It's not like that's ever like there's not attractiveness in this deck. There is a lot of attractiveness in this deck. But even if you don't think the art style is for you, consider this deck if you get it at a good price or if you're just shopping around for a new one, because it's great. And I've heard that from a number of different users that they didn't think they would like the Anna Kay, and then they get it and it's like, whoa. So I'm thinking about that one. Another one I'm thinking about, I'm not sure this is my top contender. And I don't even know if I've talked about this deck on my channel because I got it just sort of before I disappeared. But it's the Gentle Tarot. No, don't. Hey, psst. There's gonna be issues. Hey, just stop it! You're gonna wreck things. My God, these cats. Gentle Tarot. Speaking of gentle, it's new-ish to me, and I have been using it, and it's just beautiful. And if there's a consistent theme here, I feel like gentle is kind of the way to go. I actually did think about using the Brady Tarot, because I think that would be like a great, it's such an earthy centering deck. But I was just like, for where I am right now, it's just too confronting for me to want to use in the nudity alert, in the year ahead spread. Sorry, I was distracted by the thought about like, I think I can show like little boobies on cards. I don't even know. How does YouTube work? How does anything work anymore? I feel like the world is different. Elon has Twitter now. I don't know how anything works. Anyway, there's a gorgeous deck. I love the feel of it in my hands. I feel like it would take good care of me. I really like it. And I especially like, it's funny, each deck has got so much to offer. I'm going to do in everything I learned from this deck. If I have already, have I done this one? I don't think so. But the Chariot card is one of my all-time favorite Chariot cards. And that's not a card that usually really resonates with me. Oh, there's a kitty. Hi, honey. Gentle Tarot. Sorry, I'm babbling. The next one, it's not going to be a surprise if you've watched this channel a bunch. And you can get, I want to be taken care of. I want to be gentle, blah, blah, blah. So maybe it's time to go to my Tarot of Trees. I do have, if I do a year ahead, hi, Annie, spread, there's 2 cats on the table now. Disaster. I'll probably use the smaller one just because this one's such a behemoth to manage. Although if I cleared off this whole table, I could do it. I could do 12 in a circle or however I'm going to do it. We'll see. Because I do really love, when there was only the small one, I was desperate for a larger version because I was like, I just love it so much. I just want more of it. Trees are where it's at for me. I know it's a really minimalist deck, but it's just, I love it so much. Trees are everything. I did do a whole video on everything I've learned from the Tarot of Trees. You can still get the smaller version. I think the larger version is maybe just a special edition and it's done. But you can get the smaller version quite reasonably on Etsy from Dana O'Driscoll is the artist's name, although I feel like her shop might be called something else. But if you were to search Tarot of Trees, it'd come right up. It's a big, big seller. It's not expensive and it's so great. Actually, that's part of my solstice plan. After I finish this video, I'm going to go and walk with my dogs in the woods. It's quite mild considering where I live. Like, it's only a few degrees below zero, which for late December is pretty great. In terms of temperature, I can stay out for a long time, and there's snow on the ground, which makes it so bright and beautiful to walk in. I love walking in the woods in the winter because whatever little light there is, and it's a new moon, so there's hardly any light from the moon, but the snow just reflects and bounces it up, and it's so much brighter than walking through the woods in the summertime. Winter woods walks are where it is at. So Tarot of Trees might be my pick. Again, I got a few more. I get like over a week before I do this. So in a week, I might have totally different decks. I'll update you if I do. And the last one, this is also a fairly new deck to me. My neck is not new to me. My deck is. I did show it on this channel once, and I love it. And it is the Elemental North Tarot. This was a Kickstarter, and then you could buy it off of the artist's website. Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses. It's another thing, my eyesight is gone in the crapper. Mallard and Noteman, C.A. Mallard and Amanda Noteman. This is also kind of a minimalist deck, but I just really feel like working with the elements is where I'm at. And it is gorgeous, detailed. Oh, sorry, covering up the, well, I mean, you could see the two cups. I'm sure you were fine. I love the plant energy. Again, this idea of moving from winter, the light coming back. Where I am, we're 4 months away from like any plants growing or anything. But in this sort of new year, this idea of new growth, I dig it. And it's sort of similar. I had a really great year ahead spread, and I thought about putting this one on the list too, with the Naked Heart Tarot, which to me has a similar vibe. Vibrant colors, a lot of white space on the card, kind of minimalist, a lot of plant and animal energy. But just year ahead spreads, like, they don't come up that often. And I thought, well, I already had this really great experience with the Naked Heart Tarot. I just didn't want to repeat if I didn't feel like, oh, I'm so called to use the Naked Heart again. I just wanted to have an opportunity to try something else. So that's where I'm at. For those of you who have checked in, I have seen messages. I am going to try and go back and find them and reply to them. Thank you. I even got some new subscribers I saw while I was gone, and I hope that I don't let you down. I'm not in this. I don't even know. Can someone tell me if you click on this video, does an ad run? Like, I don't do anything for revenue from this channel. It's not what interests me. I just want to talk and share. So I hope you're not having to sit through ads, and certainly not a mid-roll. But anyway, I have no idea. I don't know how any of this works, but I just really am appreciative. I love so many other creators, and I hope maybe we're going to do like the 31 days of tarot in January. I have to look that up and see if that's being done. But anyway, if you're here with me, thanks. That's so nice. And I love watching your stuff too. So I hope you have a great day, and we will talk before too long. I promise. Bye.